Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Lalit Rao. I am member of FIPRESCI and part of FIPRESCI jury at 19th International Film Festival of Kerala, where one Mexican film and El Último Trago, one for the road, is in competition section. And I'm happy to interview its director, Mr. Jack Zagha. Thank you, Mr. Jack, for giving me a chance to speak to you. First of all, does it surprise you that your film, which is a Mexican film about four old men, has found a lot of support from audience in India? Does it surprise you?
Yes, a little bit, yes. When you make a movie, you always want to know how the audience is going to take it. And when you make a comedy, it's difficult to... I realize that when you translate a comedy, you always lose something. It's not the same. So I was very interested to know how the audience will take it here in India. It's the other side of the world.
Yes.
And I'm surprised that people liked it a lot. People welcomed the movie very well. And I think that it has to do that even that we are in opposite sides of the world, at the end we are all human beings and we all connect with the same things, which is friendship or being old. And I think India has many things in common with Mexico. The people, although it's different religion, but still we have many things in common.
Okay. Another aspect of your particular film, about which we spoke earlier, is the fact that it's a comedy film and not many Mexican comedies are shown, not only in Indian film festivals but even film festivals in other parts of the world. So as a filmmaker, what is your reaction to it? Are you surprised or are you puzzled why this happens?
Well, first of all, I'm very happy and I applaud Kerala International Film Festival because of choosing a comedy, and I want to thank them a lot. And yes, I believe that comedies sometimes are looked as second-class movies.
Yes.
Because people laugh with a comedy, they don't take it seriously.
Do you think that comedy are not considered as author cinema? Author.
Sometimes,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
It's considered
secondary,
like low class.
Yeah, yes.
And it's a mistake.
Yeah.
It's really a mistake.
Yeah.
Because a good comedy could be a critic, even more hard. How to say?
Harsh.
Yes, a sharper critic.
More sharper. Yes. Yeah.
And it could be much stronger than a violent drama.
Yeah.
And many times film festivals believe that if they take a drama and it's very violent or the subject is very important, then the movie is important or the movie is better done or it's better that it's not. It's much more difficult to make people laugh than to make people cry. And when you laugh at something because you see yourself reflected. And when I write a comedy, I write about the stuff that hurts me, that I don't like, that I would like to change, that I would like to make them different. So it's funny because every time I choose subjects that interest me, and every time I try to do something serious, I end up writing something funny. But I realized that under the comedy there is a huge pain for some.
Jack, this is your second film. So could you tell the viewers more about your initiation into cinema? What was your first film all about? How did you get into cinema? Did you study cinema?
I studied cinema, but I realized I wanted to make movies when I was 18. I grew up with a father that loved video. And since I was a little child, I remember that he was after me with a camera.
Video camera.
And he was always taping everything I did. The first day at school, the first word, the first everything. So I grew up with a video camera. I was able to take it, I was able to tape and play with it and even take it to the school and tape my friends and teachers since I was 6, 7, 8 years old. And but I never thought that that will be my professional career, like my profession. My father had it as a hobby, and I knew I wanted to work something related to video. I wasn't sure if it was slides, or recording events. That was my idea first. I had nobody that knows, no family member that works in film, no friend that works in film. It was something totally different for me. But when I was 18, I went to the movies once, to the cinema, and I liked the movie so much. And I said to myself, if I really want to be professional in terms of image and visuals, I need to make movies. And that's it. My first movie was Goodbye Cruel World. It's about it's a story about honesty in Mexico, which is hard to find. I say it's a tragic comedy because it's about a guy that loses his job and he has a family and he's looking for a job but he can't find one, and suddenly he becomes part of a gang of thieves, but thieves that are not professional. They always get late to their plans. They always fail because they are not organized. So they have all the disadvantages or the weaknesses that Latin American people have.
Yes.
And it's a little bit a critique of that, and it has to do with the economic crisis that we were living a couple of years ago, and we still live. Like everything is still a chaos. It's a nice movie.
Yeah. And in this particular film, One for the Road, you portrayed old people in Mexico. So do you see the reflection of this in Mexican society, the respect for old people? What is the situation, what is the status of old people in Mexico? If we can judge it from your film, from the perspective of your film.
I believe that Mexico is a country that is very family oriented. The family is very important.
Yes. Is it due to religion? Influence of religion? Catholic Church?
No, I don't think it's religion. It's part of the culture, I believe, since before the Spanish conquer. The local people. So, but nowadays we live in a very selfish moment. We are always thinking for us. We don't think for the others anymore, and that you can see that the families in a way are not as strong as they used to be.
Yes.
Because everybody's very selfish. So the One for the Road began when the three writers, we sat together and we were deciding what is going to be the next subject of the movie that we want to do. And we were thinking about that they will become old. And we were thinking about the fears of being old, about getting to the day that your body won't respond anymore, that your friends will start dying, that you don't go out, you're lonely, your family doesn't care a lot about you. So we put together all those fears and we decided to write a story with that. And that's how it was born.
So thank you, Jack, and I would like to end by wishing you all the best. Your film was very well received here in Kerala, International Film Festival of Kerala, and next month you are going to show it at Palm Spring Film Festival, which again is a very interesting festival. So I hope you continue your success, and thank you very much for speaking to me. Thank you.
Thank you.